Matty Juniosa didn't just audition for BGT, he hacked it. While the world saw a lucky waiter, Matty was executing a 3-year intelligence operation to crack Simon Cowell's code. Here is the cold, calculated science behind the most strategic victory in reality TV history. The mastermind behind the curtains. Matty Juniosa's triumph on the Britain's Got Talent 2026 stage was no stroke of luck from the heavens. It was the result of a meticulously cold and organized artistic intelligence operation. During his 3 years in Glasgow, Matty didn't just spend his time studying theater. He transformed into a data analyst, dissecting Simon Cowell's every move. He treated Simon not merely as a judge, but as an algorithm whose codes had to be cracked to elicit a maximum response. Matty realized that to conquer a stage as massive as BGT, vocal talent only covers 50% of success, while the rest is about playing the psychology of the maestro. With the precision of a scientist, he noted every comment, every frown, and every song that had moved Simon to a standing ovation in the last decade. This strategy was a victory blueprint drawn with extreme precision, making Matty one of the most dangerous contestants to ever step foot in the studio with such mature mental preparation. Cracking the algorithm of Simon Cowell's taste. One of Matty's biggest secrets was his ability to map Simon Cowell's weak spots for specific musical genres that carry massive emotional impact.
Through deep research over thousands of hours, Matty discovered that Simon has a strong internal connection to power ballads, with a narrative structure that builds from calm to a massive explosion. He learned that Simon detests contestants who over-improvise with unnecessary riffs and runs, because it's seen as damaging the purity of a melody. Matty noted every time Simon praised classic songs from the 70s and 80s, which eventually led him to the conclusion that he had to perform something iconic, yet with a personal touch. He wasn't looking for a TikTok trend. He was looking for a song with collective memory for the judges and the British public. His decision to focus on Simon's specific taste was a lethal chess move, ensuring that before he even finished singing, the head judge was already in love with his song choice. Mathematically designed vocal modification. Matty Juniosa did something few contestants ever do. He performed manual vocal engineering to fit the $1 million voice standard expected by Simon. He realized that the musical theater voice he studied in Scotland sometimes sounded too rigid or too theatrical for the pop recording industry favored by Simon Cowell. Therefore, Matty spent months softening his vibrato and adding a raspy texture that gave a masculine yet emotionally vulnerable impression.
He trained his vocal placement to sound crystal clear at the beginning of a song, yet possess a stable powerhouse strength when reaching the high notes at the climax. This modification was done so the audience felt they were listening to a perfect studio album recording, not just an uncertain live performance. Matty was selling a complete package, a voice ready for the global music market without needing further polish. And Simon Cowell was the primary target, who had to realize this commercial potential instantly. The secret weapon behind the choice of Purple Rain. Choosing Prince's Purple Rain for the audition was not a random pick. It was a silver bullet specifically designed to pierce the heart of Simon's defenses. Based on Matty's technical research, this song is one of the works Simon considers a perfect song, with the most challenging yet satisfying vocal structure. Matty knew that if he could execute this song flawlessly, Simon would have no choice but to give the highest appreciation because of his extremely high standards for this track. He studied versions of Purple Rain that had failed on other competition stages to ensure he didn't repeat the same technical mistakes, such as over-shouting during the chorus. Matty chose a more intimate approach at the start, building tension slowly before finally unleashing his iconic vocal power at the end. Presenter TV host. This song strategy was a form of respect and a challenge to Simon, a silent message that Matty had done his homework thoroughly before daring to stand before him. Exploiting the psychology of crowd control. Matty realized that the studio audience's reaction influences 40% of a judge's decision, especially for judges like Simon and Amanda, who are sensitive to mass energy. Therefore, he designed his performance using crowd control techniques he learned over the years on the theatre stages of Edinburgh and Glasgow. He knew when to provide a dramatic silent pause to let the audience's emotions sink in, and when to give a sharp gaze directly into the camera or at the judges. Every hand movement, every breath, and every slight smile was part of an emotional choreography designed to trigger hysterical screams from the crowd. Matty created a wave of energy impossible to ignore, forcing the studio atmosphere to become so hot that the judges felt pressured if they didn't provide a positive response. This is high-level stage manipulation, where he wasn't just singing for himself, he was guiding everyone in the room to feel the same magical experience. Technical analysis of the Idol Philippines defeat. A key to Matty's current success is his ability to perform a technical autopsy on his failure at Idol Philippines 7 years ago.
Presenter, TV host. He didn't blame fate or the judges. Instead, he objectively dissected why his vocal style and personality failed to attract massive public voting back then. Matty realized that he had been too focused on complex vocal techniques, but lacked a raw, honest, emotional connection with the viewers at home. He also recognized that his past performances might have looked like he was trying too hard, which made the audience feel uncomfortable or less relatable. With that data of failure, he rebuilt his image as a more humble, authentic, and British figure in terms of humor and demeanor. He turned his past weakness into his current strength, proving that a loss is the most valuable data source if processed with the right strategic intelligence to launch a deadlier counterattack. Synchronizing Filipino identity with global taste. Technically, Matty performed a very clever branding strategy by merging his original Filipino identity with luxury international entertainment aesthetics. He was aware that the Filipino community is one of the largest and most loyal music fan bases in the digital world, but he also knew he had to be accepted by the UK market. Therefore, he intentionally wore small accessories like a Philippine flag-themed ear cuff as a coded signal to his supporters back home without looking excessive to Western viewers. This is a global strategy, global in quality, local in identity, which earned him dual support from two different sides of the world simultaneously.
On stage, he maintained Asian politeness, but with the confidence of a dominant European theater actor who didn't hesitate to own the space. This synchronization made him look like a ready-made international star, not just a foreign contestant trying his luck, giving an impression of strong professionalism from the very first second. Building the perfect narrative of redemption. In the world of reality TV, a contestant's background narrative is a crucial ingredient for producers to grant more screen time. Matty understood this perfectly and constructed a powerful redemption of the loser narrative to instantly attract the sympathy of the public and judges. He honestly admitted his pain from the failure 7 years ago, which automatically built a story arc from the lowest point to the peak of glory that television audiences love. This narrative was supported by the real facts of his life as a cafe waiter in Glasgow, providing a sharp contrast between his difficult life and his magnificent talent on stage. Matty presented an organic, real-life drama, making viewers feel they were watching a documentary about a human struggle to chase destiny. This narrative strategy is a clever way to ensure people don't just remember his voice, but also remember his name and feel compelled to support him, so this movie ends with a happy ending. Adapting to the golden buzzer regulation changes.
Matty also showed his intelligence by monitoring the internal regulation changes of Britain's Got Talent, especially regarding the addition of golden buzzer quotas in the semifinals for this 19th season. He knew that with this new rule, he had a second chance to shoot directly to the grand final without risking his fate on unpredictable public voting. Therefore, he prepared his semifinal performance with much higher intensity than his audition, aiming to force another judge to press the golden button again. This double-down strategy was executed by choosing the song Dream On, which is technically much harder and has a wider note range to prove that his first golden buzzer was no fluke. He deliberately made the judges feel that giving a second golden buzzer was the only logical action to honor a talent as rare as his. His ability to adapt to competition rule changes shows that Matty is a player very aware of his environment, who knows exactly when to hit the gas pedal to the max. Preparing for the final.
mental warfare, and final strategy. Now, as Matty stands on the brink of the final in May 2026, he is entering a phase of mental warfare where he must maintain performance consistency amidst the sharpening global spotlight. His final strategy is to shift his vocal style from an emotional balladeer to something more powerful with a modern and experimental sound.
He is aware that the audience might start to get bored if he brings another overly sad song, so he plans to show another side of his ability as a versatile musical theater actor. Matty is preparing a massive surprise that will unify all the technical, emotional, and branding elements he has built over the years into one epic peak performance. He is no longer a cafe waiter afraid of losing. He is a professional ready to take the crown and prove that his 3-year research was the best investment of his life. The world now waits to see if Matty Juniosa's science of winning will truly lead him to become the most legendary Britain's Got Talent winner of all time.